Today, I want to speak into the part of you that feels like life is just happening to you right now. You wake up, you go through the motions, you check all the boxes, and then at the end of the day, you crash into bed feeling like you were busy all day, but you didn't really move forward. I've been there. And if I'm honest, I still fall into that sometimes. But I also know this. You weren't created to drift. You were created to live with direction. My word of the year is intentionality. And for those of you who are not familiar with a word of the year, I'll link that episode where I talk about that. But I feel that I would be doing you a disservice if I didn't talk about this. Today's episode is about what it means to live with intentionality. These are things that I have learned across my life, but especially over the last 4.5 months. And to live with intentionality means to get clear on who you're becoming, why you're here, and how to stop letting the days run you and start showing up to run your day. If you've ever felt like you're surviving but you're not really living, this episode is for you. We need to know that life doesn't change until you get intentional. Let's be real. Life doesn't slow down. No one hands you space to think. No one calls you to pause and reflect. If we're not careful, we end up constantly reacting instead of creating. It's really easy for us to react to stress. We react to people, we react to opportunities, we react to every notification, email, and text message that steals our attention. But intentional living flips the script. It says, I don't want to just go through life. I want to grow through it. That starts with one simple but powerful question. What are you aiming for? Because living on purpose requires you to know who you are. You can't lead yourself well if you don't know where you're going. So many people feel stuck, not because they're lazy, but because they've never gotten clear on their identity, their values, and vision. When you know who you are, you start saying no to the wrong things without feeling guilty about it. You start saying yes to the right things with confidence, and you start showing up with peace because your direction is clear. Hear me out. Intentionality doesn't mean having a strict, rigid schedule. It means your decisions match your purpose. We need to understand that when you drift, you default to who you were, not who you're becoming. One of the biggest dangers of living on autopilot is that you start to shrink into the easiest version of yourself. Not the most authentic, not the most passionate, not the most purposeful. You start defaulting to what's comfortable instead of what's right. You start letting fear make your decisions instead of faith. You stop choosing and start coasting. And the problem with coasting is you don't notice until you've drifted far from where you were meant to go. Intentionality is how you pull the wheel back. It's how you realign. And sometimes it starts with a hard reset. Here are 5 ways that you can build a more intentional life starting right now. And yes, I have done all 5 of these, and in some cases, I still do them. Number 1, you need to create a personal mission statement. Ask yourself, who do I want to be remembered as? What kind of legacy am I building with my choices? I have mine written in the notes on my phone. You also need to audit your time and your energy. Look at this past week. Where did your time go? Who or what got the best of you, and who or what got what was left over? You also need to establish daily anchors. Pick 2 or 3 simple rhythms that can help center you. Whether that's prayer, journaling, a walk, reading, these don't have to be complicated, but they do need to be consistent. You also need to make decisions from vision, not pressure. Stop saying yes to just please people. Start saying yes to what aligns with your purpose. And you also need to reflect weekly. Ask yourself, did I live on purpose this week? Where did I show up well? Where do I need to realign? You only get one life, so live it on purpose. This isn't about productivity. It's about purpose. It's not about doing more. It's about doing what matters most. You get one shot at this life. Don't drift through it, lead it. Wake up with intention, walk through your day with clarity, choose to live by design, not by default. You were created to make an impact, so live like it. Go out there, you've got this. Go create the best life for yourself that you possibly can. You deserve that. I'm rooting for you, and I cannot wait to see how your life turns out. So, everybody, thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of the Joshua Bridwell Show. Please make sure that you subscribe to stay engaged with future content. Stay tuned. Tune in next time. Let's grow.